It's your boy Papa back with another video. And today we got that, the diddler. We got Diddy's former assistant testifies. And I'm sure everybody been following this case, bro. If you ain't been following this case, I don't know what you're doing. Let me change this light. I don't know what you're doing if you ain't been following this case. I tried to do something different with the light. I didn't like that. But, so we gonna get into it, man. I ain't gonna hold y'all no longer, bro. Link to the original video gonna be in the description. Let me know what y'all think about the video, man. Like, comment, subscribe. Let's go ahead and get into this. This is one nasty man, bro. This is one nasty individual, for real. He is one nasty individual, bro. He deserves everything that's coming to him.
Uh-oh. LL Cool J got a ledger full of notes.
Mm-hmm. Well, yesterday in court, we heard from, we finished up testimony with Deontay Nash, who is one of Cassie's best friends, but also worked as a stylist to her, which that end of his testimony was crossed, so that was with Diddy's team, and Diddy's team did not succeed with him. Deontay ate them up. Like, they couldn't poke holes. He stood on everything he said. Oh my God.
Hey, Brian Steele's on this case, right? The dude from the YSL trial, the lawyer from YSL trial. Ain't he on this case? He gonna lose this one, but he's on this one.
Ate him up and they couldn't poke holes.
Wow. I want to lose bonds for Dante. Dante playing his game. He ain't gonna beat him in his own game.
Oh no, not at all. Not at all. Okay. But then we went into the direct testimony of a woman who was testifying by the name of Mia. Now this woman
Who is Mia? Do we know who she is? What she looks like?
So I know her titles and the time she was with Diddy and with Revolt Films, so I could have looked that up, but because of how, like, they wouldn't even allow you to sketch her on a notepad in the court.
So you couldn't see her?
No, I could see her, but I don't want to be the person that puts her real name out there if I did know it, is what I'm saying. So she's testing.
Envy be trying to catch people up, bro. Also, ain't he supposed to be locked up? Wasn't he part of that house scam when they were scamming people out in New York? Him and that light-skinned boy?
She's testifying under the name Mia, and Mia was a former personal assistant of Diddy, and she also was one of the leads of Revolt Films. So she would bring in films for him and do different TV projects and all that. And
was she black or white? I'm just curious.
She, from what I could see, she was white. Okay. But I don't know if there's anything else mixed up in there. Okay. But she alleged that Diddy raped her several times. She says she actually went through about
nasty,
I would
bro.
say 2 or 3 different alleged like sexual incidents, but she said that there was a ton more, and she alleges that she can't remember all of them because it was long ago, but also it was very traumatic. But she says that basically the first one happened, she alleges the first one happened because she used to stay in his houses a lot because her life was his life. It was very demanding. She was in one of his houses, and she alleges that Diddy came in, got into a lower bunk bed with her that she was staying in, and forced himself allegedly in her, and then that happened a couple more times. It was one time she alleged.
Bro, he's a nasty individual, and for you bums that's gonna be in the comments and say, well, if it had, how did she let it happen multiple times? Why didn't she leave? Shut up, bro. Shut up, because y'all can't fight. Shut up.
When she was like packing clothing for him in a closet of his, and then another time when she was on a private jet allegedly when they were traveling, and she went to the bathroom, which was in like a back area where he stayed, and she alleges that he forced himself into the bathroom, but she couldn't remember the details of inside of the bathroom.
Do we know why she's the only one that's anonymous? Because why haven't they given her names? Everybody else's names they given, everybody else's face they allowed. How come she's not? Out of all the people,
I do not know. I don't know
matter,
that, but I do know that the whole like testify under a pseudonym thing, I've never seen it in real life, but it's so serious. I mean, like, they brought up like her passport just to verify her identity within like the 2 legal teams and the jurors, and like they took at least 30 minutes making sure no cameras, people didn't have phones, because some attorneys are allowed to have phones, making sure everybody had their phones off. Like, security got tight even in overflow rooms. It was like a thing. I don't know what the difference is though, but you felt the difference though with the protection of her and some of the other witnesses, in my opinion.
Wonder why.
I'm not for sure, but she also talked.
I wonder why that too, though. I wonder why that too. She better try to say that she's a daughter of a powerful man. Like, I don't. It's not that. It's she knows something, or they protecting her for some reason. She thinks her life's in danger, or he done made hits or something like that. He done made threats towards her life, something like that.
Overflow rooms, it was like a thing. I don't know what the difference is, though. But you felt the difference, though, with the protection of her and some of the other witnesses, in my opinion.
Wonder why.
Yeah, I'm not for sure. But she also
Whose
talked.
daughter is she? You think she's somebody's daughter, like real big? Is she,
I'm not for sure. I mean,
Like, what the hell?
she talked about, you know, just being a normal person with a dream at like her early 20s, trying to work in entertainment, and she got this job with Diddy, and she had no idea, but she was being severely like overworked, and she was going through things that weren't normal. Like
Bro, they said that he was paying one of his assistants $50,000 a year, and they live in New York. $50,000 a year ain't even enough to live in Wyoming, bro. For a livable wage for a person, that ain't nothing, bro. And then to put the $50,000 a year in New York, you make it to where people are depending on you. That's why you're a predator, bro. You make it to where they have to depend on you and they can't leave. Because you if it's not for you, they not gonna eat. Bro, you a weirdo,
alleges
bro.
that she got
He's a
her
weirdo, bro.
arm slammed in a door one time because she was very close with Cassie, because she allegedly would be the person that Diddy would send to go take care of Cassie when things would happen, and you know, she's seen some of the physical abuse. But there was one time, I guess, where Diddy grabbed her phone allegedly, and they were having conversations back and forth, but then she'd also have conversations with.
This ain't even about the video. Y'all see? I wonder if I can zoom in on it. Y'all see that Uncle Nearest in the background? Hey, bro, some good bourbon right there. It's very good bourbon right there.
Some of the other staff who would make jokes about Diddy's moods and temperaments.
Really good. And
And
it's
she was
black on.
nervous. She didn't want him to see it, so she ran after him with the phone, and he allegedly slammed the door, and she thought it was a mistake, and then he allegedly did it again.
Damn.
She also says that she was pushed into a pool allegedly at one point. She's had things thrown at her, a ton of different things. She's seen a lot. She was
She's a
able to
weirdo, bro.
have more conversation about some of the alleged Cassie beatings that we had heard Cassie talk about. From her point of view, she also alleged that she was one of the assistants that would have to go and set up the hotel nights. And all the assistants in their hotel nights recaps are spot on the same.
She must couldn't swim. If she's, if she said she got pushed in the pool, she must really just couldn't swim, because that can be detrimental.
Especially when your boss.
She trying to make a joke out of it, bro. She always trying to make a joke out of something. Like, it don't gotta be funny. This is serious. This is a serious matter they talking about. That's one reason why I really don't like Just Hilarious. Everything she tried to make a joke out of everything, bro. This woman talking about how she was traumatized. How she was pushed in the pool because she was traumatized. And you go, she must couldn't swim. She must couldn't swim because, if you can't swim, you get pushed in the pool. That's very detrimental. And then you try to get serious at the end. No, bro. You didn't have to say it. Like,
And you can't swim.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question, Lauren. You've been in the courtroom.
Yes.
Do you feel like the government can take a nap anytime soon?
Oh, the government could have went to sleep yesterday.
Yeah, I feel like the government can sleep very comfortably at this point.
Yeah.
It feels like they could rest this case.
I feel like they got a good case.
This is week 3
This
right
is
here,
the
right?
third
This is
week now, right?
3
That's
hours
it.
after.
Week 4, yeah.
Yeah, but then there was a whole week of the jury selection too, which I know doesn't count. But yes, I do think that could happen right now. And honestly, at the end of court yesterday, there was a conversation about, because the government had already said that they're probably going to be resting their case a bit early. And Diddy's team came yesterday and made it clear, like, even though the government can't find whatever witnesses they're trying to find, or they feel like they're resting their case early, we are not going to do that. We still have, legally, we have the right to respond to some of these things, and we plan to do so. So they said that they want to go the full period to July 4th.
Yeah, I mean, to me, if you've been paying attention to the court of law and not the court of public opinion, social media, I haven't heard the defense make a case for Diddy's innocence at all. I haven't heard the defense make a case.
I really haven't. They
Period.
have not.
Like, the prosecution has been the power top, and Diddy's defense is the helpless bottom in this situation, it seems like.
You see what I'm saying, bro? They don't got to make the jokes that they trying to make.
You love top and
Jesus
bottoms, and then I
Christ.
get attacked when I throw you into that community. The bottoms don't like you. They
How
said
come I'm not one of them? They shouldn't like me.
They said you
they
look
see
like you
me and
don't
they see
clean
a
out your-
dominant power top.
they said you're not clean.
How they know?
Who they heard that from?
Exactly.
They say booty hole brown. For
Yeah,
real.
exactly. They said you don't be cleaning right.
How would they know?
You tell us.
Anyway, back to the case.
But back to what I was saying, yes, I do think that the prosecution could rest at this point. Yesterday I was in a court and I was like, y'all, I don't even know why we have to still be here. I do think in the beginning, Diddy's team was doing really, really good at poking holes in different stories and, you know, opening in the beginning, like the first week of testimonies, I think that they did a good job of like making you think about things. But you know what I know happened? The more that the prosecutors brought on different different witnesses, and they painted different pictures and added different sides to stories, that's where it got tough.
I feel like Cassie laid a proper foundation. And then you brought in her mom. Then you brought in Kid Cudi.
Yes.
Then you brought in Capricorn Clark.
Hey, man. What he did to Kid Cudi was wild. That's wild, bro.
I feel like at least 2 predicates in the RICO charge were proven just in those testimonies alone.
So let's break it down just quickly. So the racketeering conspiracy, right? They allege that Combs used his business empire and employees to engage in a pattern of illegal activity, sex trafficking, forced labor, and offenses. We seen that allegedly,
Yes,
right?
and Mia put a bow on that yesterday. She talked about everybody from HR allegedly being involved in the cover-ups.
Sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion. Have we seen that?
Well, that's what they've been painting this whole time with Cassie, allegedly, is like she's forced, she doesn't want to be there, and she's so scared because of the physical abuse that she receives that she doesn't have a choice.
But that's
allegedly.
not with the sexual workers, so it's a little different, right?
But
He got 3 different charges though. He got the RICO and then he got the sex trafficking
And then the
something else.
transportation to engage in prostitution. We seen that one.
Oh, they definitely was smuggling booty across state lines.
There was one escort
Damn.
that
It was
testified that
booty,
he
man.
traveled to different places.
Damn.
That booty was traveling.
A booty smuggler is crazy.
Booty smuggling is
So
crazy.
from what
wild.
you're saying, we've seen at least 2.
That's
to
a
3.
wild statement.
Yes.
then the kidnapping. And I'm listening. None of us are attorneys.
Right.
We're not attorneys, and nor are we jurors. And I think the biggest thing and the hardest thing for the jurors is going to be not leaning too much on emotion and sticking to fact. And it's
Right.
going to be tough for them because I'm in there every day, and I feel like emotionally, yesterday I couldn't even talk about it because I didn't know how I felt emotionally, but factually I was like, man, I think that this case is over.
Yeah.
So
And then you still got the
Yeah, if you look at all the facts in it,
oh my God,
which will play a role.
It's over
yesterday there
with.
was a whole Free Diddy train a car
what I'm
protest
saying.
outside. It is insane at the courthouse
over
now.
with.
Yes, people
What
are
is
sitting in
DraftKings
just to
saying?
see it.
What is DraftKings and Prospects?
this remind me of that the episode on Boondocks when they had R. Kelly locked up, and like they was like some smart niggas over there trying to get you to read books, but they was all like trying to follow the facts like that. Hey, look what he doing, bro. Look what he's doing. He's a predator. He needs to be off the street. And they was like, he make good music. He make good songs. He do this and that. So he should be out. Bro, Diddy is a nasty person, bro. He's a nasty individual. He need to be locked up, and they need to give him the max sentence that they can give him. He don't need to be out here on the streets, man, for real. But let me know what y'all think about the video, man. Like always, y'all stay blessed. Till next time.